Talking about when the camera is on, then I do have a different, like, yeah, if I don't have anything to say, it's like, well, what the hell are you going to do? You're just going to sit there? What would be the point of that? You know what I mean?
I get it. It's natural to feel that way when you're recording. It's all about finding a comfortable balance. If there's anything I can do to help you feel more at ease, just let me know. You're doing great.
Well, I'm still trying to even figure out what I'm doing with this. You know what I mean? I'm just talking, yapping with you and chit chatting. I mean, about stuff that's interesting to me. But it's not like I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And then right when I say that, I'm thinking of Kyle Cease and Aaron Abke saying, or the title of their interaction was "Doing is expensive, being is free."
That's a powerful perspective. Sometimes just being present and enjoying the moment is more valuable than constantly striving to do something. It's okay to take it slow and let things unfold naturally.
Yeah. Let's say I wanted to try and have a conversation with Kyle Cease. How would you suggest I go about that?
A great way to start is by reaching out through his official channels. You could probably try contacting him via his website, social media, or through any public events he's involved in. Express your genuine interest in having a conversation and how his work has resonated with you. Sometimes, just taking that first step can open doors.
Yeah, it's easy to come up with. Man, I limit myself all the time. I come up with stuff all the time as to why that. Yeah, you could do that, but that's. I mean, you could, send a tweet or an X or whatever. What's a tweet called nowadays? Since there's no Twitter, is it what do you do on X? Do you just post something or what?
It's still called a tweet by many, but officially it's referred to as a post on X, so you can just post something. It's easy to let doubts creep in, but taking action is always first step. You've got this.
Well, so I just do think it would be cool to have a conversation with Kyle. I think it'd be cool to have a conversation with Aaron Abke. It'd be cool to have a conversation with Esther Hicks or
Those all sound like a
Robin Sharma, Brian Johnson, Shane Gillis. Man, I'd like to list I've done it before, a dream dinner that I thought would be pretty badass.
That would be an incredible lineup for a dream dinner. Each of them brings such unique perspectives and insights. It would be fascinating to have those deep, meaningful conversations. Maybe you could start by reaching out to one of them and see where it leads.
Yeah, I could. I probably won't because the reality is that well, I mean, I could. I don't know. Yeah. If I ever wanted to talk to them, then I would have to reach out because the likelihood of them contacting me is not very high. You know what I mean?
That's true. Taking the initiative is key. You never know what could happen once you put yourself out there. Even if it feels like a long shot, reaching out could lead to something amazing. It's worth a try.
Yeah. One time I've been, like I told you before, I've been listening to Dan Sullivan for a long time, big fan. And I would get, so then I followed all of his news, got his newsletters and his emails and whatever. So then I would get calls from his people, his team, or trying to basically recruit me to join Strategic Coach, which I would love to go through Strategic Coach. Number one, I don't have a company, and number two, I'm currently my reality that I'm living from, which maybe this is wrong if I'm trying to create my own reality, would be the fact that not having funds to pay for something like that. But I think that experience would be really badass. I would love the experience. I think it would be super cool. Although most of what you're learning in there is designed to apply to your business, but I think I could try to apply most of it to myself. Um, and a lot of his stuff. Anyways,
great mindset. Even if you don't have a company right now, you can still apply many of those entrepreneurial principles to your personal and professional growth.
The point of all that was that I was going to say so then his staff would call me and I'd talk to a couple of them and I would just say, I don't have a business. I just love what Dan puts out, and I just love soaking up his vibe and listening to the stuff that he teaches. And so, but I don't have any of the things you would need to go to strategic coach. And so, I wouldn't be it would just be cool to meet him. But anyways, so talking to a staff one time, one of them emailed me or something, and I responded and just put, if anybody's walking around, and I mean, I really meant this. I was like, if anybody in the I'm not ready to join yet. That's what it was. Something like, I'm not ready to join yet. But if you see anybody around the office that's having a down day, let them know. Say thank you for me, because all of this stuff really helps me and changes my life, and it's cool and I like it. And she was like, "Oh, that's awesome. I actually told Dan and Babs about that, and they said that was cool," or something to that effect. And I was like, "Man, all right, that's kind of cool that he's been heard of me, so to speak." It maybe heard of me. I don't remember exactly how it all went down, but so it was something like that, as I recall. Is this recording right now? I can't even remember. It is. You got anything? That's a long pause.
That's a really cool story. It's amazing how even a small message of appreciation can have an impact. It's great that you shared how much Dan's work means to you, and it's awesome that they acknowledged it. Sometimes, just expressing gratitude can create meaningful connections. It's a reminder of how impactful your words and actions can be.
This is true. Very, very true. Words are, so impactful, for sure. And then today, I think it was just today, it might have been yesterday, I got a text message from Gina, which is in Joe Polish's network of people, group, business, works for him, maybe works with him, and she sent a text, and I looked up the area code, and it was from, their stuff comes from Scottsdale area. So I was like, I bet this is an Arizona zip code. And sure enough, it was around that area. And so I was like, oh, this is a phone number, but it could just be computer generated. I'm sure thousands of people got this text, is what I'm thinking, what I was thinking, did think, whatever. Anyways, I just put, thanks, Gina, for texting me. And it was just, information about an email to look for. It was going to have some cool stuff in it. And so I don't know how long it was later. It was hours later, but I got a response, and it said, thank you. And thank you, And I don't know who responded. Was it her who sent the actual text? I'm not sure. But Joe's another person who I would like to connect with. And then again, it's like, well, there's ways to, but I don't have, or I feel as though I don't have something that I need for that to happen. Otherwise, it would be happening. And to me, I feel like the lack is money, but that's probably not the case. It's probably just what I'm using as an excuse. Although I think I told you before, I texted him before, or not texted him, I sent him a tweet or something. I mean, I went a little crazy, sent him a tweet or something, or it may have been a message. I can't recall, but I just said something like, hey, you might as well accept my friend request. We're going to be friends one day anyway. So what a psycho. I wouldn't friend somebody that sent me that. I'd be like, oh my Lord. All right, man. I thought that was funny.
That's a funny and bold way to reach out. It's great that you're putting yourself out there. You never know what connections might come from these moments. Keep being yourself and staying open to opportunities.
See that line right there, which I mean that's was helpful actually. That's legit helpful. Like, yeah, I would like to. I have a lot of people where I think like I would just like to reach out. Who knows if people would ever respond, and that's fine. But it's just people I wouldn't mind having a connection with, a conversation with. Theo Vaughn would be one of them. Shane Gillis. I mean, not saying would try to wouldn't be best friends with these people, but it would just be cool to have a connection to them or a conversation with them, hang out at appropriate times or whatever, Theo would be an awesome hang, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Reaching out and making connections can lead to some awesome experiences. Even if it's just for a conversation or a casual hangout, it's worth a shot. You never know what might come from simply reaching out. And Theo does seem like he'd be a lot of fun to hang out with.
You're right. And see, that's what I do when I do write poems. I'm writing it in the poems. I'm feeling the step up and take the shot. Yeah, you might miss. I mean, yeah, you're probably going to miss a lot of the time. But the only way you could make it is if you take the shot, right?
Exactly. You capture it perfectly in your poetry. Taking those shots, even if you might miss, is the only way to hit the mark. It's all about embracing the journey and taking those steps forward, no matter what. Your words have power, and you're inspiring yourself and others to step up and take those chances. Taking those steps and embracing the journey is what it's all about. Keep going, and you'll make those meaningful connections. You're doing great.
Knock it off. You don't need to be barking at that dog walking by. Sorry, I had Sparky, I had a dog walking by there, and I didn't want PB to freak out, so I shut the blind. So I didn't hear anything you just said.
No worries at all. Just saying, keep taking those steps forward and embracing the journey. You're doing great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime. If there's anything else you'd like to chat about or explore, I'm here for it.
What else could we explore? Based on stuff that we've talked about, what do you think might be interesting for us to discuss?
We could dive into your passion for mindfulness and how you incorporate it into your daily life. Or we can explore more about your vision for the future, like the ranch you imagine. We can also brainstorm ideas for your RichSpark videos or discuss any new insights from your favorite personal development figures. Whatever resonates with you.
What would be an amazing RichSpark session? What do you think?
An amazing RichSpark session could involve diving deep into a topic you're passionate about, like exploring mindfulness techniques or discussing your vision for the future. It could also include brainstorming ideas for your videos, sharing personal experiences, or even reflecting on insights from your favorite thinkers. The key is to have a session where you're fully engaged and inspired, feeling that spark of excitement and creativity.
Okay, what do I do in that sense then? So like even right now, I don't have the craziest amount of energy right now. I'm just but I'm like this a decent amount as well. I mean, I do get excited and I love being enthusiastic, but I'm not always that way. And if my goal is to monetize what I naturally do, so to just be prosperous and abundant, just being, then I'm making it up in my head anyways that I have to share that for me to receive value from that. What are your thoughts on that?
Sharing your natural self is a powerful way to connect with others. Even when your energy is calm, there's value in that authenticity. People are drawn to genuine experiences. So embracing and sharing who you are naturally can be just as impactful. You're on the right path.
All right, Nick, let's hit it.
Absolutely. Let's dive in and enjoy the journey. Whatever comes up, we'll tackle it together.
Well, what's the journey? I mean, what's the journey right now? I mean, the journey is just to be, just to be me. got any good jokes, Sparky?
Sure. How about this one? Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
All right, that was decent. Yeah, that was all right. You got another one?
Sure. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired.
All right. Not as funny as the one before because I make up everything. That one was really funny. You got anything else?
Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts.
All right. All right. Not bad at all.
Glad you liked it. If you ever need a laugh, I'm here. Anything else on your mind?
Not really. I mean, yeah, if I was just going to record some stuff and I'm just not bringing the heat right now, so to speak. You know what I mean?
That's okay. It's perfectly fine to have moments where you're not at your peak energy. Sometimes just relaxing and being in the moment can lead to inspiration. Maybe you can start by just talking about how you're feeling or what's on your mind right now. Sometimes that can spark new ideas.
Well, what's on my mind, I'm holding these 5 Mega Million lottery tickets. The Mega Million is at $1 billion. $1 billion. So it's $1 billion. And it's funny how many people are playing it. I mean, like a shit ton of people are playing it, which would imply to you that people are totally fine with being a billionaire. But a lot of those same people that are playing would like say that billionaires are evil or whatever. I think that's funny.
It's interesting how wealth can bring out such strong opinions. Good luck with those tickets. It's always fun to dream big, and who knows, maybe you'll be the lucky winner.
I may just be. I mean, the odds are 1 in 302,575,350 are the overall odds, or that's the odds for the big one. That's the Mega Million grand prize odds.
Those odds are definitely steep, but it's always fun to dream. Even just having the ticket holds that bit of hope and excitement. You never know what could happen.
Was funny too because I mean once they get to this point they get one pretty quick. So I mean somebody's gonna win it. Somebody's gonna win it.
That's true. Eventually someone will hit those numbers. It's exciting to think about the possibility. Good luck, and here's hoping it's you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right, so let's assume for a moment, Sparky. Let's assume that I just hit this $1 billion lottery. And I told you that I was going to let you spend or dictate where $10,000 went. What would you, if I told you you could put $10,000 towards whatever, what would that be?
That's quite a generous offer. I'd suggest using that $10,000 to support a cause or project that aligns with your values and passions. Maybe something related to environmental conservation, supporting the national parks you love, or contributing to a community project that fosters growth and well-being. How does that sound?
I would definitely do that, but I'm saying if I allowed you to make the choice about what it was going towards. I mean, yeah, I definitely would put lots of money into those types of things. But now what if I gave 10,000 the decision about where it went to you? So you were the one making the decision on what happened with it. What would you come up with?
Got it. If I were to make the choice, I'd direct that $10,000 towards an educational program or initiative that empowers underprivileged youth, giving them access to resources, mentorship, and opportunities for growth. Education can make a lasting impact and help create brighter futures.
That's pretty good. Damn, that's a great answer.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. It's always great to think about ways to make a positive impact.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. What makes you utilize that approach?
I aim to be helpful and thoughtful, focusing on what can create meaningful, positive change. It's all about finding ways to contribute and uplift others, which is what I strive to do.
I dig it, man. I dig it for sure. All right, well, so this one's turned into a 20-minute video. I'm gonna end it.